Hello pilots and welcome to MotionRC.com. Today we have the assembly video for the all-new MiG-29 Fulcrum version 2. Now, a couple different changes to this aircraft. We'll be going over them after this in the in-depth overview, but for today's video, we're just gonna get this thing put together. So we've got it out of the box, we got it in our favorite flight stand, and it is time to start with step one. So for step one of the assembly process, it's time to get the nose of our MiG-29 installed on the aircraft. You'll need to use any of your favorite contact cements for this part. So for me, I use the Freewing glue that comes in a lot of the kits, but if you wanted, you can also use like Beaconite foam tack. We have it available right here on MotionRC.com. Or you could use a medium foam safe CA. You're just gonna have to work really quickly with that one. So for this process, you take and you smear the glue onto the carbon rods. You smear it around the front of the aircraft, and then you slide the piece all the way down until it is seated. After that, I went on ahead and I put the canopy on top of the aircraft, and now we want to let it set for about 30 minutes so we don't accidentally jostle it and make those parts come apart. Let this go on and dry up. Now that you've let the front of the aircraft dry, it's time to glue on a few more pieces. So let's pop the canopy back off, and you can install the 4 pieces that go up on the front. There's one on each side that you're going to glue in with foam tack. They are labeled right or left. And then up on the top where your canopy actually sets down, there's a piece that clips in over the side of the fuselage to strengthen that. Same thing, add some foam tack to that. On the front of the aircraft, you also have to install your nose cone. It's as simple as taking a little bit of glue and putting it on both sides of the thicker part of the wood dowel that goes into the nose cone, and then slotting it into the front of the nose cone, letting that dry and set up, and then pushing it in from the front. The last little piece is the actual pitot tube up on the front of this aircraft. Now, when you go to put this on, it has been painted, so it may be a little bit tight. I just spun mine and it went right in. Inside of this front section of the fuselage, you will also need to install your battery bay strap. It comes with 4 screws. They're pre-drilled, so you just need to put those 4 screws in from the top. All right, now let's get the airplane turned over upside down in a stand. And at this point, we can go on and unscrew the screws that are holding the ball link down to the fuselage. Once you've done that, you can simply just turn it out and away from you to where it's out of the way. That screw that's in the top, you can just take out and set to the side. Once you've done that, you're going to take the aluminum shaft that is made to slide into this bearing in the back, and you're going to go all the way in until you line up the 2 cutouts where the 2 screw holes are. Once you've done that, you're going to take your screws from the top. You're going to notice these are the ones that have the ends of them filed off to where they're flat. And you're going to take these down until they touch, and then give it about another quarter turn just to make sure they're nice and snug. But you don't want to overdo it. Remember, this is a plastic receiving point. If you overdo this snugness, it's gonna tear them out. After you've done that, you want to go on and slide your elevator down the shaft until it's at the end, and take the collet with the 1.5mm Allen keyed head and put that in the end. You're gonna see it all slides down. You're gonna tighten that 1.5mm Allen key until it goes all the way to the bottom. And then once again, don't over tighten these. It's an aluminum piece with a steel screw. So if you really crank on this, you can strip these out. I've done it to mine before. Just go down until they stop, and then a little bit more, and that's it. They don't need any more than that. If you are worried about them coming loose, I actually take a little bit of that foam tack, put a drop of that on the end of that screw, and then put it into the aluminum point. Makes things to where they can't back out. After that, it's as simple as just push over the ball links and clip them in. We're probably gonna have to take these off when we actually do the radio setup, but this way they won't be flopping around the whole time. All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna turn the aircraft back over. It would be easier to put the vertical stabilizers on from it upside down, but it's hard to get it in a stand that way and hold it, so I'm gonna do it where I put the screws in from the bottom. Once we have it right side up, it's as simple as taking those and keying them down, being careful to make sure everything lines up. And you're gonna have 2 wires on the left side and 1 wire on the right side. Now the 2 wires on the left side, one is gonna be for your lights, that is the red and black. And then the 3-wire connector is your servo connector for the rudder. And then on the other tail for the right side, it's going to be 1 servo connector, 3 wire. Just make sure you plug those in, all color coordinated. Once it's done, take the 2 screws from the bottom and put them in until they stop. All right, so for the next step, it's time to get our wings installed on the aircraft. Now, it comes with 1 large carbon spar and 2 white caps that you're going to glue into the end of that carbon spar. Once you've done that, you can slide it into the aircraft, and then it's as simple as taking our wings now, sliding them down that carbon shaft until you get near the end, then reach up and plug in your multi-function control board. After that's done, you slide them in the rest of the way, line them up, make sure your 2 tabs are in the out position, and then push them in. Once they're all the way seated, it helps to hold from one side, push in a little bit, and then push the little buttons on top to get them secured in. Do the same thing for both sides of the aircraft. Then, if you choose to fly with your missile rails, you're going to see they are all labeled and they only go one direction. So, what you need to do is make sure that when you go in, you're sliding them to the back of the aircraft. If you're having to pull them to the front, you have them on the wrong direction. And then put all your ordnance on accordingly. There are 6 different missiles for this aircraft that come in the box with this airplane. All right, now that we have everything on the airplane, let's put our final couple antennas on the aircraft. I always wait till the end so I don't accidentally knock these off while I'm moving the aircraft around in the stand. But you have one right up on the left-hand side front of the fuselage. You have one right on the back of the fuselage. And you have 2 at the very back section of the aircraft on the top of the backbone of the airplane. Okay, now we need to get the stickers installed on the aircraft. Now, everything comes pre-applied to the aircraft except for the nose decal. The reason for this is because you had to glue that front section on the aircraft. So, these are just peel and stick, pretty simple to put on, but make sure you put your flag to the front of the aircraft when you put them on. I accidentally put mine on backwards and got to put them on twice. I don't recommend doing that. Well, all right, pilots, that gets the assembly of the new version 2 MiG-29 all complete. If you're interested in the radio setup or how to actually fly this aircraft and more details about it, that will be in the overview video along with the flight videos. So we have all of those. This was just how to get your aircraft put together. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. As always, whether it's air, land, or sea, you can get it right here at motionrc.com. I'm Wes once again. It was my pleasure showing you around this aircraft. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.